Hey everyone, have you ever wondered what keeps your legs strong enough to carry you all day? Today we'll be breaking down the lower limbs bones step by step from the hip bones to the toes. I'll show you each bone, what it does, and how it all works together to support movement. Stick with me and I'll make your anatomy journey easy and fun. But before that, let's talk briefly on what we discussed last session. So the last time we talked about the bones of the upper limb, which are 60 in number, and they include the humerus, the radius and ulna, the carpals, the metacarpals, and the phalanges. We said the humerus is the longest of all the bones in the upper limb. It forms the shoulder joint with the scapula and the elbow joint with the ulna. For the radius, we said it is located on the side of the thumb and it is shorter than ulna. For ulna, it is located on the side of the pinky finger, it is longer than the radius, and it forms the elbow joint with the humerus. The wrist bones, we said they are 8 on each side. They are into 2 rows. They are divided into 2 rows, the proximal and the distal. For the proximal, we have the scaphoid, the lunate, the triquetrum, the pisiform. And for the distal, we have the trapezium, the trapezoid, the capitate, and the armate. We gave a mnemonic for this, which is some lovers try positions that they cannot undo. We also talked about the metacarpals, which are 5 on each side, and phalanges, which are 14 on each side, making a total of 28 on both hands. We mentioned that the pollex, which is the thumb, has 2 phalanges, while others have 3 phalanges each. So moving to our main deal for today, the bones of the lower limb. There are 62 bones in total in the lower limbs with 31 on each side, starting with the hip bone called the os coxae. It forms the pelvic girdle, it supports the trunk and transfers body weight to the lower limbs and protects the pelvic organs. Each side of the hip bone has 3 fused bones. Number 1 is the ilium, which is the large upper flaring part that supports the body weight when sitting. The second one is the ischium, the lower back portion. We sit on this bone, and then the last one is the pubis, which is the front portion which forms the pubic symphysis. The functions include forming the pelvic girdle, supporting the trunk, and transferring weight to the lower limbs. It also protects the pelvic organs. The next one is the femur, the thigh bone. It is the longest and the strongest bone in the body. It has various parts which are the head, the neck, the shaft, the greater and lesser trochanters, and the condyles. The main functions are to support the weight, form the hip and knee joints, and also form major attachments for muscles. Next up is the patella, also called the kneecap. It is a sesamoid bone inside the quadriceps tendon. The main function is to protect the knee joint and increase the leverage of quadriceps muscles. We also have the tibia, otherwise called the shin bone. It is larger than the fibula and also referred to as the medial leg bone. It bears the weight of the body from the knee joint and the ankle joint. The fibula. It is a slender and lateral leg bone. The function is to stabilize ankle and provide attachment for muscles. It doesn't bear weight. Up next is the tarsals, the ankle bone. There are 7 tarsal bones on each foot. The first is the talus. It is the ankle bone and it transmits weight from the tibia. Number 2 is the calcaneus. It is the heel bone. It is also the largest. Number 3 is the navicular, 4 is the cuboid, 5 is the medial cuneiform, 6 is the intermediate cuneiform, 7 is the lateral cuneiform. The tarsals form the ankle and foot arches for stability and movement. Here is a mnemonic for the tarsals. 2 clever naughty cats make interesting lovers. T for talus, C for calcaneus, N for navicular, second C for cuboid, M for medial cuneiform, I for intermediate cuneiform, and L for lateral cuneiform. Up next is the metatarsals. There are 5 and numbered I to V from the big toe to the little toe. It forms the arch of the foot and it also helps in balance and walking. Moving on to the phalanges, the toe bones. There are 14 in total. And just like in the thumb, the great toe, also called the hallux, has just 2 phalanges, the proximal and the distal. Other toes have 3 phalanges each, the proximal, the middle, and the distal. It provides push-off power in walking and running. Yeah, so let's have a quick summary before ending this session. The bones of the lower limbs are 62 in total with 31 on each side. They include number 1, the pelvic girdle, which is divided into the ilium, the ischium, and the pubis. We also have the femur, we have the patella, we have the tibia, which is the big and weight-bearing bone in the leg. We also have the fibula, which is thinner than the tibia. Note that the tibia and the fibula bones make up the leg. Next up is tarsals. With the mnemonic, 2 clever naughty cats make interesting lovers. T standing for talus, C for calcaneus, N for navicular, second C for cuboid, M, I, and L for medial, intermediate, and lateral cuneiforms, respectively. The metatarsals, 5 in number on each foot, and lastly the phalanges, 14 in number on each foot. Alright friends, that's it for today's anatomy breakdown. I hope this session made lower limbs super easy for you to understand. If you found it helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your study buddies, and of course subscribe. Remember, anatomy doesn't have to be hard, it just has to be made simple. See you in the next video. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep those bones in mind. Thanks for watching.